InfraZamin was operational a year ago, and we're very excited that within this 1-year time span we have come up with a transaction that kind of checks all our boxes in terms of what we wanted to achieve here in Pakistan.
So the infrastructure development here in the telecom side is going through its next phase with the fiberization of the country.
For Pakistan to go into the next phase of its development, we need to be digital. We need to have access to bandwidth. We need to have access to connectivity. And I don't think that's possible unless you build the infrastructure.
This transaction will double Multinet's capability in terms of providing internet access to underserved cities in Pakistan, to the SME segment, and to populations that previously did not have access to that digital infrastructure. When we look at a lot of companies in Pakistan, you will find that they get stuck at a certain level. They are unable to cross that barrier. It's not just funding alone that will do it. Which is where the impact of InfraZamin can also be understood. So we have instituted transparency, reporting and governance structures within Multinet as well as part of our transaction. So Multinet will have a board, they will have independent directors, they will have an audit committee, they will have an internal audit assessment, thereby bringing that transparency and disclosure framework within the company itself. And that will not only assist in terms of our understanding of Multinet, but also enable them in the future to raise funds from far bigger institutions, thereby getting over that hump of initial access to capital to achieve the next rate of growth. The other area that we are very, very focused on is health and safety, particularly of workers, and particularly when you're involved in network outreach or developing network infrastructure, health and safety of communities, of the workforce, ensuring gender balance in terms of the company. So Adnan at Multinet will create new jobs in the process of this expansion, and we have committed from him that 20% of those jobs will come from women.
Investment in infrastructure, it's not the cash capital as much as the patience capital is what you need. It does not give a return next day, next morning, 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's like a long time horizon.
At the end of the day, a bank has limitations. So we do have risk parameters. And InfraZamin and institutions like that, adding their weight behind it helps to allay some of the risk concerns.
I think we've demonstrated that we can take risk off bank balance sheets. We can absorb a certain amount of risk and assess that risk for ourselves.
And I think InfraZamin, because of the board that they have, they're coming from a background, I think that is the key objective, to be able to take those kind of risks out for the bankers to be able to be more comfortable to invest with us.
And I think that's precisely the reason that InfraZamin is here. We are a catalyst to enable that lending through credit enhancement and through credit guarantees.
The first transaction is a milestone, and it would open up the gates of everyone interested to getting support.
And in doing so, I think we are here to give the market a lot of comfort in terms of, hey, we're here to handle the credit risk, and eventually the market will begin to price that risk itself.
We expect financiers to look at what we do and the light we shine on good companies, and in time they are just going to say, we don't need a guarantee anymore, we want to support you on similar terms.
Hopefully going forward, this is easy to replicate. A borrower comes in, the bank assesses that they can borrow X amount, but they want Y. So then the difference between X and Y is bridged by risk sharing through an institution like InfraZamin.
The Multinet transaction with HBL Bank is a great demonstration of how InfraZamin can catalyze private sector investment in a critical sector like telecommunications. We are looking to replicate this model across other infrastructure sectors such as renewable energy, water, waste management, and others.
And on behalf of the shareholders, we see a bright future for InfraZamin not only for our success, but in delivering infrastructure financing solutions for Pakistan.